Hey fam, it is your girl, the one and the only Spicy, and I'm here today on this amazing and glorious day to provide you all with a general reading. Now, I'm so excited about this reading because I really want to allow the cards to just tell me a story as far as just where you currently are right now within the new energy of the new year. So before we get started, I want you to go ahead and pause this video right now if you would like to. And essentially within you pausing this video, you're going to look at which deck you feel the most attracted to, whether it's deck 1 with this beautiful butterfly that I have here, deck 2 with this amazing golden dragon, or deck 3 with the Mother Mary heart and the cross. So go ahead and choose your pile, and what you will do is you will jump down to the description box in which I have timestamps and click the timestamp that coincides with the pile that you chose, and it's going to take you straight to your specific reading. So yeah, y'all, I'm so excited about this reading for today. Any information that you are looking for in regards to me is going to be found in the description box, where you can find me on my personal landing page, wavylady.net. You can also find me on Instagram at SpicyBSoup and check out my link tree because it has links to everything that I'm currently doing right now. Every single project, everything. So you should really have, zero questions really when you just decide to look, be nosy. I encourage everyone to be curious. And if you have any questions, you can definitely find a way to contact me. All of my contact information is listed on my link tree as well as my website. So let's go ahead and get started for today. I hope everyone is having a blessed day thus far, and I will see you at your reading. All right, my deck 1 people, if you chose the Muse Tarot deck with this amazing butterfly, I just love this butterfly. It was a pendant for a necklace that I had, and I just really wanted to keep it. Even though the necklace faded, I was like, nah, this is cute. So if you chose deck 1, I'm going to go ahead and get started with your reading. I am going to use the Goddess deck first. Actually, I have 2 new decks. I have the Hip Hop Queens and I have the Goddess deck. So I want to go ahead and use the Goddess deck, and we will see, just where you currently are right now. Like what's kind of going on with you. This is a general reading. So I'm just going to allow myself to look at things in general. We're not asking for just a specific question, but we just going to allow the cards to, tell us a story, and we're going to go from there. I really miss doing these general readings. If you all want to see even more general readings, then you definitely want to check out my Instagram live videos. And that playlist has so many readings in there that you could really tune into. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We're just going to look at the type of energy that you're showing up as. And y'all are coming in strong with wise leadership. And then to back me up, you have nurturer. So I feel like this pile, a lot of you all are definitely divine feminines within this pile. I know I use the Goddess deck, but a lot of you all are divine feminines. Or evolved, or if you're a male, you're also someone who identifies with that feminine energy as well. If you regard yourself as a masculine male, then you are someone who respects that energy. So you could also be like a water sign, like a Pisces or a Cancer, or even a Scorpio, but I would get more so for a man, Pisces, and definitely Cancer. Definitely Cancer. But for the most part, you all are definitely coming in very strong. I see that you all might have dealt with some unfavorable financial situations. And when I say unfavorable, it's just maybe a temporary loss of money at the time, just a temporary loss of money. But I see that a lot of you all, regardless of the circumstances that you're dealing with right now, is like you have an eagle eye. It's like an eagle eye focus, or it's like you in tunnel vision, or it's like you, regardless of where your circumstances are going, it's like you're not just kind of blowing aimlessly in the wind and, having intense emotional reactions and lack of impulse control. Is like yesterday in our motivational call, I related it to like being a wacky inflatable arm flailing tube man, where it's just kind of like you're just kind of going and blowing with the wind. It seems like regardless of the circumstances that you're dealing with, if you're dealing with, you know, abandonment issues from relationships, or you actually have been abandoned, if you're dealing with disappointments, if you're dealing with you know, just conflict, if you're dealing with you know, just a temporary, like I said, a temporary loss of money, is like at the end of the day, y'all are still, you know, persistent and moving forward. You know, you're still, what is it called? You're still strong. Like you're still standing. And that's an amazing energy to be in. And it's like, regardless of your situations and circumstances, you're still in a place of, as you say here, leadership. You know, you're, as it says here, rather, you're still in a place of leadership. You're still being an example to others that, you know, may be in a similar situation that you're in, but you're still moving forward, you know. So you're being an example regardless of your circumstances, of your situations. You're still a great example. You know, you're still a great example. And you're flowing. You know what I'm trying to say? You're really just flowing. And you all could be alchemists also. So you could be potentially transmuting your energy, taking it from one state to another, you know? And a lot of you all, I feel like the reason why I said divine feminine as well is because I feel like some of you all are also mothers, especially here with nurturer. And if you're not a mother, it's just saying that you could potentially be working on something, you know, some type of creation. You could be an empress energy, and you're taking the time to, you know, to tend to your soil. You know, you're tending to the seed that you're planted. So you could be working on a project and you're being consistent every day. You're doing something to help you get towards the end result. You know what I'm trying to say? Every single day. And a lot of you all, the reason why I also said divine feminine as well is because of this 11 energy. I feel like despite your circumstances, you're still, you know, transforming. Like we have the butterfly right here. You're still transforming. And you're doing good. You're doing right. Because oftentimes when people are experiencing this type of energy, is like they they don't know what to do. They deal with depression. They're dealing with anxiety. They're dealing with, you know, so many things that if you just pulled yourself out of it and just looked at what needed to be done and just got those things done, it would get you a lot further than being upset about it. So a lot of you all are, you're doing great. You're doing great things. You're doing great things. So I just want to get some tarot cards and see what's going on here. Yeah, like I said, a lot of you all could have dealt with a lot of external changes, especially here with the Tower card in reverse. So you could have dealt with a lot of external changes, like the ways in which you used to be. You've transformed. You're transforming. You're in the process of doing so if you haven't done so already. But I would take some time to really look back at who you used to be this time last year. And I'm 100%, well, let me just say 99% sure. I'm 99% sure that you are not the same person that you used to be. And it's because of these external changes that you've had to, these internal changes rather, that you've had to deal with. You know, it's just been an internal shift. Oftentimes when I see the Tower upright, I'm thinking about external changes. But this is the Tower in reverse. So it's a lot of internal changes. You've had to change so many different things about you. So this is your views, your perceptions. Maybe you were a stubborn person dealing with other people in relationships, and now you have to be flexible, you know, especially with the Five of Cups here. That's why I said I feel like you all have definitely dealt with your fair share of disappointments, or you've dealt with your fair share of feeling like you lost something. But oftentimes when we transform, we do have to give ourselves a period of grieving. So if you find yourself thinking back to the past, but you're thinking back to the past, you know, you're reviewing things, you're working things through. That's just something that you have to do as a part of your healing process, you know, and the healing is continuous. So you really may be thinking about something that happened 2 years back that maybe at that time you did not have the time to actually properly heal and deal with that thing. So you could be potentially doing that same thing as well. And also, I feel like a lot of you all just, you don't understand just what is out there for you. I feel like y'all have also dealt with some abandonment as well within relationships. Maybe through you changing, you've lost relationships as well, because that also tends to happen. But it's okay, because you have, a major relationship, one with yourself and even one with another person, if you're not already coupled, that is going to be there for you. So it's on the other side, rather, is what I want to say. Yeah, with the Two of Cups. Yeah, with the Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling like a lot of you all really had to step back. Maybe you could have stepped out of a relationship, something that wasn't unhealthy, something that was toxic. And now when you're in this nurture energy, it's like you're here because you realize what is important out of life and what is important to your life. And that's within you, like I said previously, maybe fostering a better relationship with yourself, or having to foster or having to step back so that you can see relationships differently, so that you can see relationships differently and move differently. Yeah. A lot of you all, I feel like a lot of you all may not be coupled. I feel like you could definitely be a single person, but I also see that the work that you've been doing during this time, even though you've dealt with some unfavorable circumstances and situations, and it's unfavorable because it's like, we may all have to deal with those things, and they're not the best circumstances and situations one would have to deal with, but it is a part of the process. And especially depending on the path that you chose, it's a part of your path, and it's a part of your plan, the plan for your life. But I feel like a lot of you are just waiting for the outcome. You're just waiting for the outcome. You feel like you've put work in. I feel like the work that you've done during this time, if you haven't seen it as valuable, then I think you should see it as valuable. So you may have to look back, like I said, to who you used to be, so that you can really see how far that you've grown and understand, to increase your worth and to understand your value. So a lot of you are have potentially seen, what you're doing as being valuable. So now at this point, you're literally waiting for the next step. So I feel like you're someone who has dealt with the the chaos, you dealt with the BS, and now it's like, okay, I'm on the other side. What's next? I'm on the other side. What is next? So I have this Hip Hop Queens deck that I want to use so bad. I want to use this deck so bad, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it. Y'all know me, like if I don't put a time limit to my readings, this video will be 2 hours long. If I don't put a time limit to my readings, the video will be 2 hours long. So we have two cards that went ahead and popped out for y'all. And we have John Gray with versatility, and then we also have Janae Eiko with emotions. So I'm gonna start with the Janae Eiko card, but for the most part, I feel like you all have just gotten to a place where you've just allowed yourself to feel. You've allowed yourself to feel, and that's evident here too with this Five of Cups card. It's just allowing yourself to feel. Oftentimes this energy can be just the energy of it's just disappointment. It's like you cried over spilled milk. It's like the chips fell where they fell, especially here with the dominoes. It's like the chips fell where they fell, and maybe you're at a place in which you can't actually, you can't take it. Now, the amazing thing that I can say is that within this, healing period, this time that you've experienced, this time of transformation, is like you're allowing yourself to actually feel how you want to feel. And this is something that I definitely will tell good friends of mine all the time, is like, allow yourself to feel how you feel, because that's how you feel. That's how you feel. You feel that way. So that is how you feel. And it is your right to feel that way. And it is your responsibility to explore why you feel that way. So if it's an energy that you personally know, it's a vibration that you personally know, like, you know what? I can't stay in this vibration too long. I really can't, because it's going to affect how I show up for myself and how I show up for others. However, this is a vibration and I need to understand why I'm here. So that's what this card is really, telling you to do, is giving you the grace for you to feel how you want to feel. And that's very essential within transformation, because you have to accept where you are and know where you're going. And then you have to be okay with taking the steps to get there. So a lot of you all are feeling how you want to feel, and that is your human right. Now, to the point and extent in which it starts to affect other people and affect other people negatively, affect the other relationships that you have, that's where you want to check it. That's where you want to check it. That's why I also said it's your responsibility to understand why you're feeling like that. That's something that you're responsible for. You're responsible for yourself. So I definitely like the fact that you all, you felt how you had to feel. A lot of y'all could have went through a time of, like I said, grieving. It could have felt like a time of depression, but it's not synonymous. I'm trying to say, when you grieve, it doesn't automatically mean that you have to be depressed. They don't equal each other. But I definitely like the fact that if you explore your emotions and why you're feeling that way, it helps to keep you out of the realm of being depressed, because now you have a better idea of what you're dealing with. And then with John Gray and versatility, this just lets me know that you really have the ability to change. I'm trying to say? I love the fans here, because it really means that you have the ability to usher in new energy. And that's definitely evident here with the butterfly. It's like you can't stay in that same spot. You have to change it. You have to be versatile. And I feel like that's an ability that you all actually really do have. The fact that despite your circumstances, you're still able to be and show up for yourself, nurturing yourself, but you're also able to do that and extend it out into relationships with other people. That definitely shows someone who has strength. It has strength. And oftentimes, as just as a member of the community that I'm a part of, at the end of the day, and especially being a feminine woman, oftentimes it's put on us that we strong, and we're strong. We really are. And we've had to be this way through over time. We've evolved to being this way. But at the same time, I'm not going to say that in a way to hinder you, because it's if you're a part of the community that I'm a part of, then it's who you are. But at the same time, you have the ability to be versatile. At the same time, you have the ability to show that strength when you need to, but then to also be able to step back and to nurture yourself and give yourself the self-care that you need, and also giving yourself grace, and then also appreciating what you've done and expecting more. This is a pile of expectation. Y'all expect more. You're expecting more. You're waiting on more. So keep putting out those expectations into the world of what you feel like, you deserve. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and give you some surrender cards to see if there's anything that you are being advised to continue to let go of as you continue to keep moving forward within your healing journey. And this is definitely a pile of transformation. Let's see what you got. Surrender to creativity. Okay. All right. So let your imagination soar. Stay open to all creative ideas about how to pursue a dream or solve a problem. And that's something that I definitely got with y'all, is like, if you're a mother, if you're working on a project, you're working on something, and you're in the spirit of creation. So let your imagination soar. I know you went through some things emotionally. You're expecting something new. So within that expectation, just expect good things, and you have even more butterflies here, which is just a confirmation of the transformation that you all have, experienced. And then you have this little girl here, and she's shining the mirror onto the butterfly. So that's why I'm telling you, like, you want to make sure that you go back and you shine the mirror on just yourself, who you used to be, compared to who you are now. I know it's a grieving process, because oftentimes, we can't continue the same behaviors that we was doing in the past, even if those behaviors helped us and assisted us and supported us at that time. You know what I'm trying to say? Even if those things supported us at that time and it was what we needed at that time, we all change and our needs and our wants become different. So you really gotta go ahead and, just look at who you used to be. And when you look at who you used to be, you'll realize that you evolved. So surrender to your creativity. I want to go ahead and get y'all another surrender card. And then, Okay. Surrender your attachment to results. Okay. So this could be very this could be attributed to the fact that you are waiting. You know, you're waiting for an outcome and you're waiting for a result. So spirit is definitely giving you all some, just some guidance as you're waiting. As you have this amazing expectation of the things that are to come, the formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. So this is just some advice for just where you are right now and your expectation of things to come. Is to ensure that you're surrendering your attachment to the results, putting your best foot forward, and then just letting the chips fall where they fall. Okay, and that's life. When you was back here dealing with whatever you was dealing with and all of these internal changes based off of all of these things that were externally going on, weren't the chips falling where they fell? Weren't the chips falling where they fell? So you have to continue that same type of mindset and thinking as you continue to move forward. The chips gonna fall where they fall, but I'm still going to put my best foot forward to whatever it is that I'm doing. Whatever it is that has your name on it has to have your stamp of approval. That means that you have value. That means that you have worth. So that's all that I have. I feel like I should get y'all let me get y'all a power a card from the power deck, and then we will go ahead and move on to pile 2. But I definitely hope y'all enjoyed this reading, and I hope that it was helpful. We have harmony. Harmony lives in a lodge of balance and equilibrium between the physical and spiritual aspects of your life. For there to be harmony, there must be a balance. Imagine yourself as the hub of a sacred wheel standing in the center. This wheel must function every day of your life. If you imagine that the south is your physical self, the west your emotional self, the north your spiritual self, and the east your mental self, you will see that you stand in an ancient wheel of truth. Consider whether you spend as much time in the physical as you do in the spiritual. Are they balanced? Are they in harmony? Reflect on whether you spend more time in your emotions than you do in your mind. Adjust your daily life by being aware of your actions and behavior patterns to incorporate equal effort in all the directions so that your will function in perfect harmony. So yes, just this being the West, standing for emotions and also harmony. I just think that that's a place in which you're trying to get to. You're trying to have more of an emotional balance within yourself. I'm surprised the temperance card didn't come up, because that would have even more so confirmed, this message. But it is what it is. So with that being said, y'all, I definitely hope that you enjoyed this reading. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share. Share if you care. And I will see y'all in the next reading. Be blessed and have a great day. All right, fam. If you chose the dragon with the Modern Witch Tarot, I'm going to go ahead and get into your reading right now. I hope everyone is having a blessed day thus far. And I wish you a blessed days for the rest of your week. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the Goddess deck. If y'all are returning to my channel, then you know that I love this Goddess deck. I use it all the time. It is amazing. It is amazing. All right, y'all. So we have 2 cards that came out for you all. We have Home, and we also have the Moon. So a lot of you all right now are just exhibiting really loving energies. Now, where I currently am in the world, it is wintertime. It's wintertime. So so within wintertime, people are more, of course, inclined to stay inside because the weather isn't just amazing. It looks nice, but as far as the temperature is not that great. It's not that great. It's cold. So with that being said, I feel like a lot of you all are just exhibiting just introvert type of energy. Not to say that you're an introverted type of person, but it seems like you are finding some type of solace in the weather right now. It's like you're finding solace from being inside. I think this is something that you needed. I think it's something that you needed. And even within you being inside, I just get the vibe that you all are just lounging comfortably. I'm getting the vibe that you all are The image that comes to my mind is someone putting lotion on their skin. It's like you're still nurturing yourself. You're still making sure that you are being taken care of. It's just big Empress vibes right now. Big Empress, big divine feminine vibes. I feel like a lot of you are just really in like a dreamy mood. A lot of you all could definitely be in a romantic mood as well. So if you had a partner, maybe you all are experiencing well, the pandemic is still going on, but maybe you all are experiencing just a different aspect to quarantine and being in the house. So I definitely, and if you're single, I definitely think that a lot of you all could potentially just be longing for something new. I'm trying to say it's just a real romantic type of mood and vibe and energy. I'm kind of getting like a cloud 9 type of vibe right here. So it's a lot of you all, it seems like you all are happy. And it seems like a lot of you all are I kind of got insightful. I got insightful as well. So a lot of you all could be very insightful, or just focused on beauty. It's kind of what I'm getting. You're really focused on beauty, which is amazing. Now, within you being in the house as well, I feel like a lot of you are focused on just understanding your emotions for what they are. I feel like at times you all could definitely be experiencing bouts of maybe cold. I kind of got coldness. I don't know if it's coldness. I don't know if that's the word. But a lot of you all could be experiencing bouts of that as well. But at the end of the day, you still have this general demeanor of just feeling loving. You know what I'm trying to say? At the end of the day, you still have this demeanor of I'm just kind of going with things. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm going with things. A lot of you all could definitely be experiencing a heightened sense of your intuition as well. That's why I kind of got insightful. So it's just even more of a heightened sense of your intuition. I feel like a lot of you all are getting to know yourself better, just on a more intuitive level, on a more emotional level. And especially with the moon having the ability to see things clearly, things that were maybe once distorted to you. Maybe it took you having to step back and spend some time at home, within the comfort of your of your being and the comfort of your home and within that warmth for you to be able to see things differently. I think that oftentimes within the summer, of course, there's a lot of things going on because people want to be outside, but it's like if you're always putting time into adventure, going here, going there, at what time do you have to actually sit back and to process these things within yourself? So I feel like a lot of you all could be processing emotions heavily. You could be processing, just how you feel, the different insights and the different things that you're understanding. You could be processing those things heavily, but at the same time, there's still some type of general warmth and demeanor within you. It's still some type of warmth within you. So let's get the tarot cards and let's see what they have to say about this. Okay, so we have the Tower card. Yeah. So the Tower card actually just came up for the first pile, but it was more so internal, where this is more external. So I feel like a lot of you all are comfortable with these external changes that have been kind of going on, whether it be within you and your life with other people that you're experiencing, or whether it be more so on a societal level, what's going on within our society at this point in time. There's been so many changes within the past within the past 3 years. You know what I'm trying to say? So a lot of you all could finally be comfortable with those changes, comfortable with the new norm of society or how society is moving. And oftentimes it's like society is going to move how it moves. The best thing that we can do is to find a sense of equilibrium and stability within ourselves so that we are comfortable. You know what I'm trying to say? Because society is always going to do what society does. The world is always going to do what the world does. So I feel like you've gotten to a point to where you acknowledge that, but at the end of the day, you're like, but I still have to have a sense of stability within myself, despite what is going on out here in the world. I still have to have a sense of stability because you're living with yourself. You're living with yourself. You're in your body. A good friend of mine would always say, like, you're spending the most time with yourself. There's no one else in this world that spends the most time with you than you. So you have to be comfortable with yourself, you know? So I really feel like despite the external changes and the things that have been going on, and your life has significantly changed, especially with the tower, it's significantly changed. You're in a period of rebuilding. I feel like you're finally comfortable with that time. And even just being with three, being, creation and Empress vibes, I feel like you all are in a magician type of energy here as well. We have the magician, and that energy is all about manifestation. It's all about, the law of attraction. It's all about resourcefulness, using what you have to change your situation. So I feel like a lot of you all are, yeah, you're divine feminines. You're definitely magical beings, and you're understanding that, your energy is the energy that is within you is infinite. Okay, the energy that is within you is limitless, despite everything that is going on in your external world, whether it be, like I said, within the relationships that are just outside of yourself that you have with other people, whether it be with your society or whether it be with your community. I feel like you're understanding just how powerful your body and being is, and you're finding solace within that. You're finding solace within that fact alone. So let's get some down on your energy as far as when it comes down to the moon and whatnot. Okay, so we have the Page of Swords. I feel like a lot of you all could definitely be stepping into, y'all could finally feel comfortable in stepping into trusting your intuition. Like, I feel like this is like, for some reason, what came to my mind was baby witch. Baby witch. It's like someone who has finally woken up to see the world in a new way, because you've seen yourself in a new way and you're comfortable with yourself. So this is the energy of someone who is finally feeling, it's like you could have dealt with, just depression. You could have dealt with low self-esteem. You could have dealt with low self-confidence. Like, you could have dealt with so many lower level energies as it pertains to how you see yourself. And now you're just like, you know what? It's a whole new world out here. It's a whole new world, especially with the Page of Swords. This is a childlike energy. This is the energy of someone picking up something new. You're picking up something new, and you're understanding just how powerful you are. You're picking up something new. So I feel like a lot of you are finally stepping into understanding your intuition, understanding that your intuition is there, acknowledging your intuition. Now you're ready to start to see what you can actually do. So it's like you're gaining insight. You're starting from the beginning. And if you've already been on this path, then this could literally be just I was gonna say resurgence, but it could literally just be like a new cycle, like a new, like you just hit a new level. And I just heard that I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. So regardless of where you were, it's just understanding that now you're on a different level, and you're more adept. You're more in a place in which you're willing to actually accept what is there. You're willing to accept the truth. You're willing to accept things as they are, and you're not distorting things anymore. So a lot of you all are definitely just tapping into your intuition. Your understanding is there for a reason, and you want to do something with it, as opposed to being disappointed with the way that things are going, as opposed to feeling like you don't know just what's going on. I'm trying to say, you're getting yourself in the know. You're getting yourself in the know. A lot of you all also could be speaking, sending messages out there, sending text messages out there, letting people know that you got a new attitude. Okay. You got a new attitude. There's a new way to life. There's a new way to living. So I feel like this new year energy definitely really, it did something for you. Okay. I feel like a lot of people, or most people, they feel like it's not really doing much for them. But I feel like for you specifically, you feel that this new energy has done something for you. And here we have the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups talks a lot about, it talks about friendships. Sometimes it talks about third-party relationships. But even just within the course of this, it's just success and celebration. Success and its celebration. Okay, so this where you're at, this new level in which where you're at, I would celebrate this new level. I would celebrate this success, because once you open up your intuition, it can never fail you, as long as you decide that you are going to follow what you're being told to do. You're going to follow how you feel. You know what I'm trying to say? You're going to have the ability to look at things as what they are. It's the truth. And then you act off of what you see, what you hear, and what you're experiencing. You feel me? So I would definitely celebrate during this time, because it's like you really are operating in a more higher mental faculty within your life than, you know, most other people decide and choose to do so. But I think it's because you really look past the illusions, and you understood that the way in which you were seeing things, maybe you wasn't seeing the full clear picture for what it was. And it's okay, because this is a process that we all have to go through, in which we're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna look at the truth for what it is, and I'm just gonna operate off of that. So it's like you all are developing more integrity. You're developing more integrity for yourself and for your life, by having the ability to cut through things that just is not what it is. You know, a lot of you all definitely wanted to clear up confusion, and this is something that you should definitely celebrate, getting to the place to where you're just like, you know what, I'm not gonna live in this confused state. I'm not. It's a lot of things going on even outside of myself, and I'm gonna choose to be a pillar within my life. Okay, I'm gonna choose to not be confused. I'm gonna choose to see things as they are, and I'm gonna operate off of that. You feel me? So that's amazing. I love that energy. I'm gonna go ahead and get y'all hip hop queens. Oh my god, I just got this deck. I got it yesterday, but I made sure that I let it sit overnight with some selenite, just to clear out the energy. Yo, I'm so hyped to use this deck for y'all. I got too many cards that came out, and then a card that was supposed to come out got shuffled back in the deck. But y'all know how I do. Like, y'all know how I do. Whatever card you get is the card you're supposed to have. So I got two that came out. You have self-esteem and you have superstition with Kalani. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with Kalani with the superstition. Yeah, so a lot of you are definitely being guided by your intuition at this point in time, and it's like this is a great space. This is a great space. I feel like you're just starting out, or if you're not starting out, you're just at a new level to where your intuition is just opening up at a just it may have been open already, but it's opening up. That's what I'm trying to say. So a lot of you all really need to be guided by what feels right to you. If a situation, if a relationship, if a person, if a place, if a thing, if it does not sit right with you, and if you pay attention to the signs that the universe is giving you, because oftentimes the universe will give us signs if something is right for us. They will also give us signs if something is not right for us. Okay? They will also give us signs if something is not right for us. So you definitely want to stay tapped into this energy in which you're in, because this is letting me know that wherever your intuition is operating right now, or whatever it's telling you, is operating very high. Okay, it's operating very high. So you must listen to those messages. You must listen to what you're being told. Don't question yourself. Do not question yourself. Just do. Okay, don't question yourself, whether it be something that you think you should do that is going to positively help you and progress you moving forward, or if it's something that you think you should do because it's hindering you from positively progressing and moving forward, or if it's something you shouldn't do because it's going to hinder you from positively and progressively moving forward. You feel me? So this card is definitely it's not a warning, but it's definitely saying that, you know, your intuition is operating very high right now. So the best thing that you can do is to listen to it. Listen to what you're being told, and whatnot. And then with LeChat, we have a self-esteem. With LeChat, we have self-esteem. And I definitely feel like the more that you continue to listen to yourself, it's like the more esteem that you have within you. You know, you see yourself as more valuable, okay? And when it comes to self-esteem, it's about the behaviors and the attitudes that you have about yourself. So what types of behaviors and attitudes do you have? If you're in this place of the Three of Cups and you're being celebratory, this is letting me know that you guys definitely feel good about yourself. You feel good. And so this is the energy that you're expressing. You're expressing an energy of celebration. You're expressing an energy of success. You're expressing an energy of being able to, you know, you see things as they are. So you automatically feel like I'm in a better place because I know that I can trust myself. I know that I can listen to myself. I know that I can't go wrong doing those things. So As you continue to heed your intuition, it's only going to continue to increase your self-esteem, because you will know not to put yourself into situations that don't benefit you. You will know to take things that you actually do deserve and that actually affirm the worthiness that you feel within yourself. So within self-esteem, it's really all about the behaviors, the actions, the things that you're telling yourself. And if you're telling yourself great things, then that means that you hold yourself in high esteem. Okay? If you're doing amazing things, then you're holding yourself in high esteem. If your attitudes about yourself are amazing, then you're holding yourself in high esteem. So that's really just what that's about. I love these cards. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the surrender deck, just to see what you are being advised to let go of as we continue to keep moving, because that's just really how it is. You always going to have to be releasing something in order to gain something. That's just how it works. Always sacrificing. It's a continuous process. So we have surrender to inner peace. This is amazing. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis. In quiet meditative moments, focus on the stillness within and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Now, this is an energy in which y'all are in, and I feel like that's why you want to see things more clearly. That's why you don't want to be deluded. That's why you don't want to be confused, is because you want to have peace. You want to have peace. This is why you're where you are right now, is because you want peace. So the best thing that you could do is continue to heed your intuition, hold yourself in high esteem, to continue cultivating peace. To continue cultivating peace. Yo, don't fall for that thing either. When people be like, let me be your peace. No one else can be your peace. Only you can be your peace for yourself. So I just got that. I feel like some of y'all might be told that, or you might have been told that, or you might feel that, but no one else can be your peace. Only you. Surrender low self-esteem. Surrender low self-esteem. Thank you so much, Spirit. Surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. This is something that I feel like y'all are currently doing, especially with this self-esteem card right here. And I love when Spirit confirms these messages, because it lets me know that I'm telling y'all the right thing that you need to hear right now. The right thing that you need to hear right now. And this is very true. You deserve success, you deserve love, and you deserve abundance. And this is why y'all are, you're in this energy of, you know what, I'm gonna celebrate, because I deserve these things. Okay, I already went into self-esteem, and I already went into the behaviors, the attitudes, the thoughts, the words, the things that you tell yourself. But it seems like a lot of you are really stepping into this new, you're stepping into this new energy of holding yourself more higher. So seeing yourself as more valuable and worthy. You feel me? So I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there with that card, because I already went in with the LeChat self-esteem card. I already went in, but Spirit is really just confirming those messages. So keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. If you're not in this energy right now, then allow this reading to be some guidance to help you get there, and understanding that you are worthy. And if you don't see yourself as worthy, I don't know what to tell you, because people will respect you as much as you respect yourself. You feel me? People will respect you as much as you respect yourself. So have boundaries. Have self-love. Okay? You can do it. It's very possible. It's very possible. So here we have, you guys have number 1, unknown, the self. Wow, this card has never came up. So this cycle that y'all are in must be a very major cycle for your life. And you have number 1, we are all pilgrims on the path to the unknown. We sit in awe and wonder at the architecture of power. Ripen the receptive void within you like a womb accepting a seed. Open yourself to the unknowable, to what is unfamiliar to you, so that the energy of what you need in order to be whole can flow into you. When you think of yourself as an entity separate from power, you will obstruct the current and power will defeat you. Identify the form of power that you want, what you want to accomplish, build, create, or be, and become that, so that there is no separating you from this power. I love that card. That card is powerful. That card is very powerful, because it's really asking you, and it's helping you to step into yourself. Step into who you are. Identify who you want to be. Become that, so that that power cannot separate from you. Okay, this is big. This is going to be very big to not only how you see yourself, but how you show up in this world and how other people see you. Okay, this is big. So I definitely hope, I gotta leave it there because this energy is so big, and I definitely hope that y'all feel this energy that I'm feeling right now as I'm wrapping up y'all reading. But at the end of the day, you're doing great things. This is a major cycle. This pile two, this pile two has been it's been powerful. Okay, this pile two has been very powerful, and of course y'all have the dragon. Y'all chose the dragon, and the dragon is a very powerful being. Okay, the dragon symbolizes strength, luck, protection. This dragon is very powerful. Okay, it's very powerful, and especially if you're a divine feminine woman, to have this dragon in your life, it really symbolizes you stepping into power and strength, but then also staying true to your divine femininity. So it's like you really are both sides of the coin in one person. Is really, incorporating your yin and your yang. So you're really doing you're doing an amazing job. Wherever you're going in a great place. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there, pile two. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Like, share if you care, comment, subscribe. But yeah, I will see y'all in the next reading. Have a blessed day. All right, my pile three people that chose the Ethereal Visions Tarot deck, the Mother Mary Heart, and the Cross. We're going to go ahead and get started with your pile. Y'all, this reading has just been so phenomenal, and I'm so excited to go ahead and read for y'all, whoever chose this pile. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Goddess deck. I love this deck. I used it all the time in my general readings, and I'm excited. Sorry, y'all, I got more cards than expected, so let me go ahead and reshuffle the deck. And we're going to see what's currently popping with y'all. All right. So we have wisdom and we have patterns. So y'all, okay. I love this. I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all that I love this because it's like y'all have this is the energy of someone who has really experienced life. Like you've experienced life and you've earned your stripes. You've earned your badges. You see what I'm saying? So if you haven't given yourself enough credit, you need to give yourself credit. Like if you need to go ahead, as good friends of mine would say, give yourself a hug, pat yourself on the back. I don't know what you need to do to show yourself appreciation, but you must show yourself appreciation right now. Right now as I'm speaking, because y'all have really earned your stripes. You've earned your badges. You've earned it. You've done so much shadow work. And you've lived life, because oftentimes people don't understand how challenging life can be, because not only do you have to understand your traumas and the things that you went through in your past, and you have to and these are things you don't have to do anything you don't want to do, but if you want to live a more fulfilling life and live in peace, then I would highly encourage and suggest that you do these things. But I'm sure y'all already know, because this is your pile. I'm sure you already know, because this is your pile. Okay. So y'all have definitely not only dealt with life as it's come, but you've also taken the time to understand why and how your circumstances and situations even led you to having to experience life in that particular way. So a lot of you all have really earned your stripes and you've earned your badges. It's like seeing her crown, seeing this crown, it really lets me know that y'all are some real divine beings, and y'all are truly chosen. And heavy is the head that wears the crown. Y'all have experienced a lot of challenges and a lot of responsibility to help to get you here. But aren't you glad that you experienced those things? Because just think about how powerful you are right now. Think about all the information that you know. Think about how much more easier it is for you all to navigate life, because you've understood so many aspects and facets of life that maybe some people didn't have the opportunity to. Maybe some people were sheltered. Maybe some people didn't have the chance to make their own choices and to make their own decisions. But you've lived life. You've lived life. Like you've lived life. And I don't know how old you are, because at the end of the day, you can be young and have wisdom as well, because you understand things and you've learned those lessons. Now, all you gotta do is keep moving through life. Now you just gotta keep moving, because you're gonna have new experiences. But I do believe that moving forward, your experiences will not be to the same degree and magnitude of what you've been through, because you've learned those lessons and you've incorporated that knowledge and experience into wisdom. So now you know. Even if you didn't have to go through those things yourself, you had the ability to observe the situation. And this is just the energy of someone who has an analytical mind. Like, you're the person that's like, if A plus B equals C and B equals C, then A plus B equals C. But you know what I'm trying to say? Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all are the types of people that literally sit there and have mad mathematical and scientific equations going on in your head. But it's equations as it relates to human behavior, as it relates to psychology, as it relates to philosophy. It's like you really have the ability to put the pieces of the puzzle together. And now as we're moving into patterns, I feel like you've also had the ability to shine a light on not only just the external world, but also what's going on with you. So that's why I said shadow work is like you had the ability to look at the patterns in which you have been operating in, so that you could change those things and that you could create something new. So I feel like you've gotten to a place to where you have found some type of stability within yourself, and now you feel affirmed to change things now. So it's definitely a different type of energy. But especially with you choosing the Mother Mary heart and the cross, is like you could have learned what it means to actually truly release and to be loving. And you also could have learned what it means to sacrifice and to sacrifice things for something better. Despite you, and I feel like you went through a period of time where you sacrificed yourself, but now you're understanding that the sacrificing of yourself could have been patterns that you have been, subconsciously thrown into, that wasn't even patterns that you created. Okay, so now you're in a state of where you want to create new patterns. Okay, you want to create new habitual behaviors. You want to start to do new things. Okay, so with green, that's letting me know that this definitely can have something to do with your money. It can have something to do with your foundation. And also with this Mother Mary heart and release, it can have something to do with your heart chakra as well. So it's like what I just heard was standing the test of time. Standing the test of time. So time and things always consistently change, but it's your heart that is going to stand the test of time. And it's like you are creating something new within yourself. It reminds me of, for some reason, and it's not necessarily you, but it reminds me of when the Grinch literally, when his heart literally, it grew. It grew. And I feel like that's something that you all are experiencing. It's like your heart is just growing. It's like you learn what you learned. You went through your dark side. Dark side. I think it's called the dark side of the moon. Or it's the dark side. It's just the shadow self, the dark side of the night. I forgot what the term was when it comes down to shadow work, but you've experienced the dark sides. And now, and at the end of the day, despite any of those things, you still feel love. You feel love. You feel love, like, despite those things that you went through. That's where you at right now. Yes, the world. Okay, so this is definitely an amazing cycle that I feel like you have wrapped up, because the world definitely talks about cycles. It talks about oftentimes even within the mundane graduation. So you finished some type of education, you've gained some type of wisdom, and now you're moving on. So now you're moving on into a place of creation where you're ready to create something new. You've experienced what you had to experience. You passed the test with flying colors, And oftentimes I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, yeah, like I be passing mad tests, but it's like, who's to say what grade I passed? At least I passed. You feel me? At least I passed. It's the energy of someone going to college and having all straight A's, and then you're in class with other people that when they was in school, they probably got like C's and D's, but y'all all still there. Regardless of what grades you got, it's like you're all still there. You're there. So you still passed. You still passed and you still made it. So that's the amazing type of energy. A lot of you all could potentially want to travel. You could potentially want to travel now. You could potentially just want to, you might want some adventure, just doing something different. And here we have with the Hermit. So if it's adventure, it's just you all exploring even more aspects of yourself. And even if you want to take it into shadow side and healing, you all had the courage to be able to do that. You had the courage to be able to separate yourself, because a lot of people don't have the courage to do this, to go into the Hermit energy and to actually come out with legit knowledge. Because that's the whole point of the Hermit energy. It's not just about being by yourself, but what are you doing during that time? Are you learning? Are you increasing your knowledge base? Are you focused on wisdom? Are you focused on learning those lessons and planning how you're going to apply these lessons to life? Because that's what spirit do. That's what spirit does. That's what spirit do. I'm in my bag. That's what spirit does. Like, they literally will give you the test, then you'll learn a lesson, and then they'll come back and be like, well, I think that Shaniqua passed that test, but let's go ahead and throw her this other lesson that's reminiscent of that, and let's see if she passes it too. I don't know. Somebody out there, y'all could be Shaniqua. That's just that's just the name that came to my mind. Your name probably not Shaniqua. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. But that's essentially what spirit has done. Like, that's what they will do. They will test you again to see if you understood what you just went through. And it's important that you must rely on your wisdom so that you can get through that thing, because life really is cyclical. Like, it really has cycles. You may revisit a cycle. You may revisit it. I know I've revisited some cycles, but because I've grown internally and I see things in a different way and I perceive the world and myself differently, I've been able and ready to stand the test of those challenges and those cycles. So that's basically what you all are going through. What you did, deciding to go into Hermit energy, that's not something that a lot of people choose to do. But you decided to look within yourself. You decided to look within yourself. You decided to study. And you decided to learn more about yourself. And that's why I feel like you've really entered into a new cycle. I don't know if I said this for this pile, but you're on a new level. You're on a new level. That could also be similar to pile number 2, but you're definitely moving up. All the piles were very powerful, but this one's very powerful. This was very powerful too. This whole entire reading was powerful. I love it. This whole entire reading was powerful. Now, I must go ahead and take this card that fell out on the top, and we have the 6 of Wands. Like I said, y'all passing the test with flying colors. Like, if this isn't something that for yourself, this is definitely something that the people around you have noticed. This is something that they've noticed. They've noticed your growth. They've noticed it. They've noticed how valiant you've been within your efforts and how you coming out on the other side. You didn't let these habitual patterns and things that you used to deal with overtake you. You stepped out, gained some wisdom and knowledge about what it was, and you decided to create something new. Patterns is not necessarily a bad thing, as long as we create healthy habitual patterns that help to get us where we need to go. And that depends on you. That depends on you. That depends on how far you want to take your life, how far you want to take this thing. Look, you come into my page, I'm taking it to the end. Like, I'm taking it to the end. I'm not stopping. And if it doesn't, and if I can't finish it, my children are going to finish it, because they're going to be at a better place than where I started to help take this thing even further. So we're going. We riding it to the wheels fall off, okay? And the wheels not falling off. So we riding. You feel me? So that's essentially what I want to tell y'all is, like, right now is like you're being noticed, You're being noticed, and you should definitely take pride in your efforts and how valiant that you have been, and receive the attention. You better take that attention. You've grown. Take the attention. And if people not paying you the attention, give the attention to yourself, because at a certain point in time, they're going to have no option but to. Okay, there could be some conflict around that as well. People don't want to give you your flowers. There could be some conflict around that. There could be some conflict. People don't want to give you your flowers, but at the end of the day, they're going to have no other option but to respect you. You put passion into your work, and you're pure, and your heart is pure. All you're doing is focusing on things that really make you feel good, and you're loving yourself and you're loving people. And if don't nobody want to accept that, that's okay. They're going to have no option but to accept it, because you're going to be put to the front. They're not going to have an option but to respect it. And that's really how it is. When it comes to me within love, I'm just telling y'all, but I'm telling you because if you're watching, you're part of my audience, and this is the messages that I got to put out there into the world. It's not just about love, but it's about respect. It's about respect, okay? It's about respect. And you're going to be respected regardless of if anybody want to tell you or not, okay? All right? That just is what it is, and you're passionate about what you do, and your heart is pure. You're passionate and your heart is pure, and you're happy. You're displaying this new form of happiness. You see the what is it? You know what I'm saying? you see the light coming from the heart chakra. You see the light coming from the heart. Is like people are waking up and they're noticing that you love what you do. There's a different type of energy that you're embodying. So let's move on to your last tarot card, and then we're gonna move on into this hip hop queens deck. All right, so we have the King of Wands. Yeah, a lot of you all, I feel like, are finally feeling more successful enough to extend yourself out into business and enterprise. You know, there's a lot of people that could be waiting on communication from you as well. You know, so there's people that could potentially be interested in you because you're loving yourself, you're glowing up. You could be putting positive messages out there into the world, and they want to know you. They want to know you. So people could literally be waiting on you to talk to them. So you should definitely put yourself out there, especially if you're doing something creative. I would definitely say put yourself out there, put your projects out there, put what you're doing out there, because people definitely want to hear from you. I did mention you being a chosen one at this time. You could definitely be dealing with a very high sex drive at this time as well. Just a lot of energy that's kind of flowing through your body. So I don't even know how this got to a sexual reading, but it's just the fact that y'all are glowing up. So there could be other people that's interested in you. There could be multiple people interested in you. But I would just say, you know, be choosing, be picky. Be picky with who you want to do anything with, okay? Because it's conflict around here surrounding just your glow up and how you are. So I don't know if you can 100% choose any and everybody, but it's just showing that there's definitely some eyes on you. People could be interested in you, and that's up to you. You do what you want to do with your own body, but I'm gonna tell you that just because you glowed up, that don't mean you could trust any and everybody. You feel me? You can't trust any and everybody. You just can't. But I'm sure you know that from your wisdom. I'm sure you know that. So we have for the Hip Hop Queens card, you have Defiance with Yo-Yo, and then I got your message for that. And then you also have Sweetie with Style. Okay, so it makes sense. It makes sense. So as far as you all doing some shadow work, I think that this is something that wasn't commonly done within your family. I don't think it was something that was realized among your family. So I think you're the first person in your family to decide to do this. And you're going against the status quo. You're going against the norm of how things should be. That's what Yo-Yo did. She went against the norm of how a woman in hip hop should be. You know what I'm trying to say? So essentially, and I just got chills. So it's letting me know that you guys really went against the grain of what was expected of you based off of the rest of your family, based off of even your ancestors. So you definitely have decided to do something different. You've defied the odds in a sense. And that's something that even within your social group or the people that know you, you went against the grain of what everybody else has done. They have no other option but to respect you because you're coming out on the other side and you're glowing up. So you're doing something right. You're just being an innovator. You're being an innovator, but within you, your innovation, it had to come through you being able to defy what was the status quo. Okay, you couldn't be a square no more. You couldn't be a square. You said you wanted to be a star. Or even within this, you said you wanted to be a heart, and it comes from the heart. So you guys are definitely going against the grain. With Saweetie and Style, this definitely lets me know that you found your own way of doing things. That's something that we can definitely give Sweetie, regardless of her music. This is something that we could give Sweetie, is the fact that within the new era of just how the world is moving, how marketing is moving, how advertisement is moving, how music is moving, where it's more about the personality per se than even just the music by itself. That's something that people have to understand, is like you have your own style and way of doing things. That's why I feel like you're creating your new patterns. You're creating new things for yourself. It's just like it's new. Like you're creating newness for yourself. And I feel like this is also why people are interested in you as well. And this is also why you could be doing very good in business, because you're all about innovation, and that's new ideas, that's new thoughts, that's new products, that's new services. So I definitely think that if you're not already creating, if you don't already have a business for yourself, you would be really good, because you have wisdom. You already listen to your intuition. And you're creating new patterns for yourself. So this will actually be a very good thing for you. So it's up to you as far as what business that you want to go into or what career field. But yeah, this is why I also feel like other people are interested in within you as well. And this is why people have to respect you, because you're doing something new and you're glowing up at the same time. Can't nobody say nothing to you. Like, you can't tell me nothing. Like, you have to get there to that point where it's like you just been doing things, and it's coming together. You're putting the pieces of the puzzle together. As you put the pieces of the puzzle together, other people are going to see the pieces of the puzzle come together as well. It's just how it works. It's just how it's gonna work. So let me give y'all some surrender cards, because we always gotta let go of something. We always gotta let go of something. We always have to. Surrender your fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Now, change is something that you all have been doing, especially with the world card. You're being plunged into change because now this is a new cycle. You've made changes within yourself. So just continue to keep doing that. I know that you've definitely went against maybe society. You decided that you are actually an entrepreneur. You do actually have your own business. You're going against society. You're going against your family. You're going against your old former friends. But just keep going with that. Even if you don't see the immediate validation, but with this Six of Wands card is letting me know that as you continue to create new things, you are going to be noticed. And you probably already being noticed right now. Maybe there's, like I said, there's conflict surrounding you knowing that. But you just got to have a calm reassurance within yourself to know that you're doing something different, and your time is coming. You feel me? Your time is definitely coming. So it might be some conflict surrounding that, but just keep changing. Don't care about, what society is showing or the tangible results of what you've been putting in. Like, just keep moving and keep changing. Then we also have surrender to non-action. Yeah, keep moving. It says, now is the time to be still and not act. Simply breathe and focus on your own power and let others come to you. Okay, so like I would say, definitely keep moving, but within non-action, it may mean that now it's time, even within yourself, through the conflict of what could potentially be going on around you, it's time for you to still continue to focus on your power. So I would say take your energy out of external things, or thinking that, the results have to be shown and seen. The results are seen. They may not be appreciated, but that's okay. Always make sure that you have a moment to come back and to focus on the power that is within you. Especially here with this unicorn, is letting me know that you're definitely one of a kind. There is no one else like you. You are a mythical creature, and you're amazing. You are amazing. So take the time that you need for non-action. But like I would say, when it comes down to your business, especially with this King of Wands, you got to keep going. Just keep creating. Keep looking forward. Keep being innovative. Keep focusing on the new. It's just what you have to do. Let's get you a power card, and then we're going to wrap up this reading for today. This reading has been amazing. So let's go ahead and get you your power card. And we have witness. I love this card. This is the sacred witness card, because this is really like the staying true to yourself card which is what I love. I love this card. But I'm going to read it for you. Live in your sacred witness. This inner place of silence and observing is your true identity and therefore your true power. Your sacred witness is all you really have when all else is gone. Like monoliths in an ancient valley of great stones, it observes and remembers the passage of the ages. The answers that you find through the timelessness of spirituality and the innocence of nature offer the infinite. Each human being is on his or her own path, each different from yours. Answers to your questions are rarely found in another human. Answer your own questions by reflecting on nature and conversing with your own sacred witness. This is amazing with 44. With 44, 8, 8. Y'all have definitely been doing this. This is something that you did through the Hermit energy. That is the card in which you're stepping back to focus on you, to answer your own questions. You're stepping back to study. And I love that energy. I love that energy, especially because it helps with transformation and you're not staying stuck there for too long. Now, that's a cycle that you had to go through. And through that cycle, you've become wise because you've been able to, sit in with your true identity. And that's why I'm telling you, you just got to keep moving. Because if your true identity is within, ushering in new things, your true identity is within creation, creating new things, leaning in, then you must do that. You must do that because that's who you really actually and truly are. You're a unicorn. There's no one else that's like you. You decided to go against the grain. You decided to keep, bringing in new things. And there's a style and a finesse to the way that you do things. So you just got to keep moving in that direction. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the reading for today. If you like this reading, go ahead and hit that like button, comment, subscribe, share if you care. Tell other people about me. Okay? Tell other people about me. But with that being said, I hope you all have a blessed rest of your day, rest of your week, and I will see y'all in the next reading. Bye.